Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this adorable scarf. This is a super easy pattern for beginners, and it works up fairly quickly. I think I made this in less than 5 hours. So I'm just going to show you. This is the pattern, or this is what the pattern looks like when you get done. You can make it any thickness that you want and any length that you want. It's just really a continuous 1 or 2 different types of stitches. All the way down, and then the fringe at the bottom is optional. I wanted the fringe because it makes it, I think, have more personality. So I added the fringe, so I'll show you guys how to do that as well. So let's get started. Okay, so for today's tutorial, you will need just a few items. Some are optional, so I'll go over that with you now. You will need a crochet hook. I am using size 5.5 or a I crochet hook. You will need a stitch marker. That's optional. I don't use a stitch marker, but I'm going to show you guys how to use one for this pattern. So you'll need stitch markers. This is just for beginners. You will need a, if you're going to do the tassels, you'll need something to wrap the yarn around. I'm using this. It is a tassel maker or fringe maker that I got from Boy. It came in also in a pom-pom maker kit that I got. So you'll need just something square and sturdy. Then you will need your yarn, which is most important. I'm using this yarn here that I got from Hobby Lobby. It is Yarn Bees, Lux Lollies, and Count on Coconut. It is super, super soft. You will need roughly 1 skein of yarn. You won't use all of the yarn. This was a full skein of yarn right here that I had from the one that I made, and I still have a bunch left. So you could even make a matching hat if you wanted to. So to get started, and then you'll also need some yarn needles to weave in your ends, which I will show you at the very end how to do that. So let's get started. So starting out, you will make a slip knot. So find the end of your yarn here. On the Lux Lollies, they do pull from the center. On skeins, you can pull them from the center, or you can do the wraparound, which I pull from the center because it keeps everything super neat. So whichever you prefer. Some skeins don't pull from the center, so you're kind of stuck working and letting it unravel, which is kind of crazy. And it tangles really easy, so just be careful. So we're going to do a slip knot. If you don't know how to do a slip knot, I do have a beginner's video showing how to do it. It's on my page. You'll just go to my channel and look at all my videos, and it's the beginner's guide to crochet. So we're just going to put our yarn on our hook like so. To begin, we want to chain an uneven number or an odd number. So for my last one, I did 23. For this one, I'm going to do 13. So 1, and you want to make this kind of loose, guys. Don't do it really tight. 2, 3. Whoops. Sorry, I'm trying to watch the camera and do this at the same time. 1, 2. Here, let's just restart. Because let me look at it over this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's my beginning chain plus 2. 13, 14, 15. So do your odd number plus 2. So that's going to be the width of my scarf right there. Okay, so now what you want to do is not into this first chain, not the second chain, but the third chain here. You are going to insert your crochet hook into the chain, yarn over and pull up a loop like so. You're going to yarn over, insert your hook again, and pull up another loop. You should have 4 loops on your hook like so, and do it one more time. Insert, pull up a loop. So now you should have 6. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 of those and then chain 1. That is called a bean stitch. So that's what this pattern mainly is a bean stitch. So you're going to skip 1, bean stitch, 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 skip 1, and a bean stitch, okay? So I'm going to do a couple more on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And the skip 3 at the very beginning, or skip 2 and then in the third one do your bean stitch, that is our chain 3 that we'll start every row with. So I'm going to skip this one, I'm going to go into the next one. This row is literally the hardest. I feel like all the other ones, you really don't even have to pay attention or count because it's just the same thing over and over. It is so nice. So yarn over, go to the next one, so skip this one and the next one. We are going to 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through all 6. This is kind of hard with this yarn. I didn't realize how hard this would be. Okay, so now I'm going to go, oopsies, I got a tangle. Okay, now that my tangle is gone, now I'm going to finish this row and I'll come back and show you the next row. So remember, we're skipping 1 chain, going to the next one, do a bean stitch, skip 1, bean stitch, skip 1, bean stitch, all the way down. And once I get to the end, I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay. So after we are done and we get to the very last one, we're going to do 1 final bean stitch like I have already done. And then we're going to chain 3. So I already chained 1, 2, 3. Turn our work. And now we are going to be working in this little space right here. So there should be a line. Line. So in between the bean stitch and the next bean stitch, there is this line. So you want to work between this bean stitch and the line right here into this V. If you see right here, this V right here. So we're going to do that. So chain 3 and go into that V, and we're just doing the same thing, the bean stitch. If I can talk. Okay, well that one didn't want to work. This yarn is so hard to work with. I should have realized that whenever I bought it. But I have like 12 of these little guys. I don't know what to do with them because they're so hard to work with. Okay, and then yarn over. Go into this next one right here. 1. Oops. 2, 3. And the next one. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Just get in there, guy. This is going to be really pretty when it gets done though. So it's going to be a great labor of love because of how beautiful it's going to turn out when I get done with it. Because the colors are just going to be so beautiful. Sometimes when you crochet, you should have to tell yourself, don't give up because it's going to be beautiful when you get done with it. And it's going to feel really rewarding because of how difficult some patterns are and some yarns are to work with. I've had a couple that are like that, and you know, it's okay if you want to take a break and come back to it later. Just don't give up on it like permanently, if you know what I'm saying. Like, sometimes the struggle is real with yarn. See, like that one just did not want to work. So we're going to try that one again. So insert, yarn over, insert, yarn over, insert, yarn over. Pull through, pull through, pull through. I'm not even working on the freaking screen, guys. I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, turn. So this is what it's looking like so far. your little scarf. And even though it has these little holes in it, it is so warm. Like, I was just wearing my red one around the house for a little bit, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy warm. So this one I think is going to be more of like a toddler size, and I'll probably make a matching headband or hat to go with it. So I'm going to just continue this round. So you're going to do bean stitch, yarn over, you know, chain one or whatever, insert bean stitch, bean stitch, bean stitch, but just remember to chain one after each bean stitch until you get to the end. You'll chain 3, turn, and work back the other way. I'm going to do a few rounds off camera, and then I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like. And then once we get done with the project, then I will show you how to do the most important part, which is the fringe, which is totally optional. You can leave it without the fringe if you want, which I think it would look beautiful either way. So let's come back to this just a moment. Okay, I'm back, and this is how it's starting to look, how it has the little ziggy-zaggy pattern to the bean stitch, and it does have holes in it, but like I said, guys, it really is warm because this other one has holes in it as well, and it is super, 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 super warm once you get it all finished. So this one is probably about half the size of this one that I did. This is 23 chain, to just give you kind of like a comparison as 13 to 23. You could chain enough of this to make a shawl if you really wanted to, but yeah, so you're just going to continue this over and over and over and over until you get the length that you want. Once you get the length that you're wanting, you will cut your yarn long enough so you can weave it in. So let me go back, finish the length that I want for this the scarf, and then when I come back, I will show you, oops, it's caught on my ring. I will show you how to finish it off and how to add the fringe if you want the fringe on it.